Hey guys, welcome to an episode of The Cousins. We are waiting on the gang to get here, but I wanted to give a special shout out to everybody who has been supporting the streams and supporting the channel this far. We are doing pretty well. We could do better, but we are doing pretty well where we're at right now. I wanted to kind of give you guys an update on things that are happening in the KCAPC universe. Number one, we have a total of 9 shows that are either in development or that are actually being recorded and things. So there's plenty of stuff for you guys to watch while you are up. JR just walked in the building, but give us 1 second, JR. I'm in the middle of doing something. There are 9 total shows on the channel so that you can watch that are either in development or have been on. We still have the Patreon that is there, Patreon/KC Caffeine. If you want to give monetarily, that's the way to do it because we could use it for all of this development that we are doing, things that we're working on. Also, we do have Leather Masters as our sponsor. They have leather gear and fun things for fun people. Working with them to get a promo code and things that we can use to get you guys like 10% off or something like that for our subscribers and for the people who are watching this. So we have lots of things that are bubbling up. I do have a special show coming up with a very special guest that's going to be talking about what we're going to talk about today. So that's all coming up very, very soon in the next week or so. Don't forget, if you like to watch people play video games, I am also on Twitch, twitch.tv/KC Caffeine Gaming. I don't do it very often, but I do it. I'm going to try to hit that some more. And we have another comedy spotlight coming up in September. So all of that's happening. There's a lot going on. But let's get into the cousins. What's up, JR?
Hey, now what's going on?
Yeah, just trying to make it through. Just trying to make it through. Look, I'm on time today. Where everybody else at?
I don't know. I'm hitting them up now. What's going on with you?
Nothing. Just trying to make it through the day, make it through the week. You know what I mean? I've been walking and stuff every day. I've been getting my exercise on.
Oh yeah, you getting old now. You gotta start doing that.
I mean, you always gonna be older than me. You just gotta remember, you always, no matter how old I get, you always gonna be older. Your camera done paused up. There we go.
Yeah, it's raining over here like hard. So,
You gotta pay your Wi-Fi bill. Ain't that what
oh
you said?
yeah, exactly. Even though I just paid it Friday.
You gotta pay that Wi-Fi bill, or else that's what happens. You got that 10K wireless.
Now it's raining hard outside, so you know how that go.
Oh, is it for real?
Yeah.
All right, we got CC in the building. CC, hello.
Hello.
How are you, sis?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm
Hey,
good.
girl.
Wait, no, we gonna see if we
What's
gonna
going
give
on?
them 2 more minutes, and then we gonna go ahead and get started because I know y'all said y'all tried to watch the video, y'all didn't understand what was going on, and I'm gonna explain it to y'all.
Yeah, like the video just jumped into stuff, so I didn't really quite get it.
I didn't see it until I started responding. You must have sent it earlier while I was at work. So I don't really have my phone be on me, but I don't really be on it like that.
Yeah, this is something that's actually been going on. So I don't know if you guys watch Big Brother. I'm assuming
No.
you don't.
Nope.
No.
Well, this season of Big Brother has been a lot. I don't usually watch it, but I watched it for Celebrity Big Brother, and then I said I'll give the regular one a shot, and it's actually not been. It's
If you
been
need a
very
big brother,
enjoyable.
just call me.
Huh?
If you need a big brother, just call me.
Shut up, nigga. So we gonna get into the things of all the things. Something I did want to talk about that I saw. Did y'all hear about the dude that was in, I guess it's in Arkansas or Alabama, one of the two, who got arrested for his neighbors were out of town and they asked him to like take care of their plants and water their grass, and he got arrested for doing it.
Littering.
Wow. No, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, like
was he a black guy?
Yes.
Watering white people's plants?
Wow. Yes, it was a black guy, lives in the neighborhood. He got arrested. I guess one of the neighbors saw him in the yard. He was in there trying to steal something, so they called the cops. Well, the cops came up and showed up, and the guy was like, I'm watering the plants and doing the lawn for my neighbors that are out of town. Here's my ID, here's all this stuff. And they arrested him for impeding a police investigation.
What do you mean impeding a police investigation? Like how's he impeding when he gave them the information that they needed?
I didn't hear about that. I'm gonna have to check into that.
Because it's Alabama.
What the hell? How was that
Because it's Alabama.
Hold on, I gotta take this call. I'll call you right back.
Okay.
All right.
See, they be out here working. What the hell? Where is Mom? You know what? I'm finna do this. Where the duo? I guess it's called Google Meet now. Let me see if I can get everybody. Get on the damn thing. We go through this every week.
What?
Hold on.
Wasn't that in Arkansas where they beat that man up too?
Yes.
In the hill.
There's Michelle. Why you answer? You right here.
Man, why you calling on here, mother?
I was calling, and here go Michelle. Y'all is on the screen.
I see you, man.
The people, listen. Y'all, look at this. The people that's on the screen is the people that's on here. I was just trying to get in touch with everybody to see where they all at.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I text 4 people.
Oh, Mona, that's right. Mona is in Mexico. So we won't see her today, although she just got on the phone. Hi, Mona.
Right. Hi there.
Hey, we didn't think you was going to make it because you in Mexico.
Oh, I'm in the
Is she in there trying to get all over tan?
I'll call y'all back when I'm at my recheck, and then I'll call y'all back when I get seated.
Okay.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.
Are we live?
Yeah, we live. We waiting on y'all. Hi, everybody. So, yeah.
You can't say y'all.
We waiting on them. So Mona won't be here because she is out of the country doing the damn thing, living her best life. Like COVID ain't out here.
I hope you weren't talking to me because I just got my I had to unmute myself.
No, I said Mona is out of the country living her best life like COVID don't exist.
That's how that goes. Let me see what my name say on here.
It say Bonita A12.
That goddamn, what is this A12? The kid, I'm so sick of that damn A12. Let me see. I'm gonna put something else besides Bonita.
That's your phone, ain't it? That's the kind of phone you got.
Right, but I don't like it. I don't like that all.
She said, I don't want him to know that.
She don't even have no what's that phone everybody like? No iPhone.
I don't want. She said we don't need. I don't need them to know what kind of phone I got.
Right. Let me fix that. As soon as I can figure this thing out, I don't forget. I'm acting like this is my first time being in here. Hold on. Let me see.
Where is Martin now?
Well, you tried to call everybody. It didn't work out.
Yeah, everybody answered the phone. It's right here.
The line was on. But she said she had to take a call.
You know, she's an important business person.
Or at least that's what she told us.
You silly.
She out here making moves. She making money moves.
Are we live?
Yeah, we live.
Yeah.
We've been live. You know how we do. We just getting started. You know, this is the pre-show. For all of those who don't know, this is the pre-show.
Well, let me see what is going on. Did I hear? I saw something. Hold on. Oh, that's somebody sent an email. All right. So if we get us some foolishness, let's not be so nonchalant. Let's start blocking and stuff. I like that idea.
Oh
Okay.
no, we don't do no
And
blocking.
yes. And because he said that, we definitely need to block.
Right.
Okay,
Oh, the one
so
that said
that's how
that,
I
like the
know
dude
to
that
go.
said that JR looked like a bootleg Kanye.
I can't.
Yeah.
Not with that.
I hope he come back today.
But not Kanye West. I don't think you look like Kanye West at
Yeah, I don't
all.
know where he
But
got
okay.
that theory from.
It must
But
be the bald head.
Lord-
All he can, it's the all the
Soon
one
as
with the
little
bald head.
sunshine get back on here, I'm gonna need blocks. It's okay to block.
No.
Yeah, it is. Or because block doesn't mean that he can't watch. It just means that he can't talk.
Well, he only talked to Jason, I think.
Well, that's why he can't see y'all. Like y'all can't see the rest of it. You have to go into the chat to see it. But you know, I welcome any and all kinds of feedback, whether it's positive, negative. Just watch your mouth.
I don't like
Oh, he ain't got to watch his mouth.
Because as soon as like say if they say something about somebody's parents or something like that, that is not cool. So,
Oh well, you know, at that point, then we go. We just let JR loose on him.
no, I don't think that's always a good idea either.
It's always the best solution.
The bottom line is they got you and your account, but they don't have anybody else's account. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Or they have mine because I'm on there. So,
Huh?
not all comments are welcome. I don't mind feedback. Feedback is one thing, but just being a straight butthole is not.
We're not doing. We don't do that.
Yeah, that's not worth it. I don't think. It's not cute.
It's not gonna. It's
We
not
on
gonna
here.
work
We
here.
on here talking serious as a mother, and here they come up. We in here trying to have us some good content, and here come a fool. Ain't nobody got time for that.
So I texted mom. I said, "Where y'all at?" They sending a message. Need a link, Lady I. You know the. Oh jeez, Mama.
You know she old.
Seriously.
That was negative comment. I think Jerry at work, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Jerry, she working
Yeah,
hard.
Jerry's out there cussing for Jesus.
Nah,
needs
she working at the other spot.
Oh, she ain't working at the
The Foley.
huh?
At the Foley.
That's why I said she cussing for Jesus. Cause you know she in that back room cussing.
You know she is.
I said, I don't know how Jerry get away with working at the church like that, cause you know she cuss.
No, she had another one. She had a different one. She not at that one.
Jerry mouth foul as a mug. I said, I don't know where she got that mouth from. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
She is her mother's child.
Yeah, I do.
But then don't forget what she used to do in the past life too.
True.
Yeah, no,
That'll give you that,
I
too.
work with yeah. That's just regular conversation with them.
All right. So Mama's here. Hello, Mother.
Mama say, Mama Makusa. Mama say, Mama
Makusa. Hello, Mother. They act like y'all just their first time doing this internet on this thing. Hi.
Hey,
How are you?
We've been doing this for months and she acting like she just can't get on.
I couldn't get on for number one and number two. I was not home.
You what?
I wasn't home.
She was not home.
Uh-huh.
You know what time the show start.
Look, I am been trying to get this stuff together. Gotta do what I gotta do.
I hear you.
JR, is that you coughing?
Nope.
Oh.
All right,
I
so
was
we
gonna
got
say,
4 people in here, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I want to hear y'all opinions on this. So, I'm assuming that none of y'all are watching Big Brother.
No, I don't watch that.
You're assuming correctly.
All right. Well, this season of Big Brother has been really interesting. So it started out with, of the 16 house guests, there are 4 black identified people of color. Now, you know, last season on regular Big Brother, they had the cookout. And what the cookout did was, because there had never been a black winner of Big Brother, they were like, look, in order for us to get a winner, we got to work together. So they worked together to get all of the non-black house guests out of the house. And then once they got them all out, they were like, all right, now it's every man for himself. Now we can start playing the game. But, like, this is the only way we can level the playing field. So this season, there were 5 black house guests, and none of them at the beginning liked each other. Like, none of them. And so as they're going through, there's like, a lot of the people banded around this girl, Taylor, because immediately she walked in and everybody, like, because she's a pageant girl, all the girls immediately didn't like her. They were like, she's prissy, she's this, she's that. You know, we don't like her. She thinks she's better than us. Taylor has given them no indication that any of this has happened, but they were like, and it was like to the point where they were bullying her in the house. So this group formed essentially of people who were protecting Taylor. And of those people, only one of them was black, Monty, the black man, the only black male in the house. No, that's not true. Terrence is black too. I keep forgetting that Terrence exists. So Kyle, one of the people that were in that alliance, said that he was worried about a Cookout 2.0. So he was proposing an all-white alliance to combat what he perceived was this all-black alliance, that there was no indication that this existed. Are y'all following me so far?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bunch of mess.
Say what?
Bunch of mess.
So
She said a bunch of mess.
it is a bunch of mess. So here's where things get interesting. So as he's proposing this,
I can see your mail. Okay, go ahead.
so as he's proposing this alliance to people, they're like, "No, we don't think that's a good idea. We don't think it looks good. You know, the optics don't look good on that. We shouldn't do that." Well, this past week, one of the guys in there, this guy Michael, who's like, he's like won any comp he's been in, he's won most of all of them. He's like a beast at this game. He like understands Big Brother, like he's been watching it since season 1. And he was one of the people that Kyle approached about this all-white alliance. So this happened weeks ago, but because because Michael is afraid that he's going to go on the block and get eliminated, he then tells everybody in the house about Kyle's all-white alliance proposal. So essentially, he turns the house against.
I think you're going in and out. Because
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so essentially, he turns the whole house against Kyle because he tells them that Kyle wants to start this white alliance, and he brings in tells everybody, you know, that tells he tells the two black house guests. He doesn't tell Turner, but he tells the two black house guests that are left and asks them if it's okay for him to use this to tell everyone else. And they're like, yeah, go ahead, no problem. Well, this then becomes Discord acting up again. Because now, like, the Turner, the HOH is like, I don't want to be roped into no all white alliance. That, like, does he not realize how that looks? Question that I want to ask you guys is, do you think it's okay to, like, if you were playing this game and $750,000 were on the line, and someone approached you about, and you were white, let's put that, and someone approached you about an all-white alliance, would you say something as soon as that has come up, or would you wait until it benefits your game?
I think I was saying in the beginning.
How much is it? How much on the line?
$750,000.
Oh shit! I ain't gonna say nothing. That ain't the kind of money that you're gonna stumble across later.
I would say something.
Do what you gotta do to win.
Yeah, but then you got bigger issues. The reason why I would say something in the beginning is because you already got division in the house. And the division, because of the fact that they got, I guess, an even number of blacks against white, and because the black people started standing up for each other. It is true. They vote each other off quick. I mean, I've seen the show. I don't like it, but I've seen it. But they quick to vote each other off.
Yeah, there was no indication that this season there was an all-black alliance. The way, like, there was, I think there were seven black identified people of color on the show. And that was Jasmine, Amira, Taylor. No, it was five. It was Jasmine, Amira, Taylor, Monty, and Terrence. And they did not like each other. And it was clear from the beginning that they did not like each other, and they really didn't like Taylor. And so there was nothing that was indicating that there was an all-black alliance happening. And there was nothing and like when Kyle would have these conversations with people, he would lump he was like, they're a really strong group. There was this guy, Joseph, who was Middle Eastern, and he was like, they've all got these strong reasons for being in the game. And, he mentioned, like, we're the silent majority, and we need to band together to make sure that, like, we get them out of here first.
But see, he's playing that's him playing the game. He ain't actually, that's his strategy. The thing about it is, he is pitting people against each other, and he's pitting them by race. Because now he's saying we should form an all-white alliance. I mean, if you don't like people, first off, it's a known fact that sometimes black folks don't like their own. And it's sad to say, but I didn't watch it. I don't watch it because I always thought it was unfair that you got all these daggone people out here and you can't find but one or two blacks, and the first one to go is the black people. I stopped watching Amazing Race for the very same reason. All these people on here, and the first ones to go is the black folks.
Right.
So I don't watch those type of shows because I don't think they cast fair. They don't cast them fairly. Because you got the majority of them. The majority of them are white, and so what's the use of me playing if I know I'm going to get voted off within the first 3 rounds?
Right, which is why they formed the Cookout last season to ensure that didn't happen.
But in that cast though, it's not. I mean, that alliance, it's not just all black. It's all non-white, right?
No, that alliance was all black.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't watch them anyway because I think it's unfair.
Yeah,
I think the
that alliance
show is
was all black.
unfair.
They wanted to ensure that there was a black winner, so they all banded together and said,
Well,
"Listen,
question: did they get their black winner?
they did get their black winner."
Okay.
So that's what Kyle was worried about, was that that's what they were doing on this season, although there was no indication that that was the case at all.
Is Kyle the one with the long hair?
No, that's Turner.
Okay, because I know I saw about a minute of it, and I was like, he playing. I just don't get. I don't get with shows where you're pitting people against. That's like watching. I like the cooking shows, but you can almost guarantee that if there's one black, it's very rarely that a black person is going to win. I'm not saying that they don't win, but it's very rarely.
Right,
They
and that
always
was and so what's been interesting about this season watching is the person that, so everyone was against Taylor in the beginning because she was this pageant girl and they didn't really know her. They just assumed because she was Miss Michigan and Miss Teen USA that they assumed that she would be this type of person, and then they realized that she's not, and she's really sweet and really nice. And but they, like, when I tell you, they bashed that girl. Somebody called her a cockroach. Somebody told her they wanted to, like, burn her with some soup. They wanted to drop a bomb. Like, it was ugly.
you talking
And
about black folks said that?
people of all colors said that.
Yeah, cause well, look, they jealous of whatever who you are, but I don't normally watch the shows because I don't think they're fair. I don't care how you look at it. It ain't fair. They treat them different. They ban them against each other different, and sometimes they pit each other. Where uh just to get the ratings.
But the thing is, I actually don't think, and I agree with you that it's not fair, but I think that that's what real life is. I think that's what I think is interesting about Big Brother is it is a microcosm of, like, essentially you put these people in a house and you say you've got, there's 16 of y'all and we have, $750,000 on the line. Everything that you do is watched and recorded. There are no rules. Do what you want to do and then have at.
I
And then
mean,
you watch how
granted, yeah,
people
it's like
act.
real life, but who says real life is fair? I mean, who said that was fair either? It's just that it's one thing to know that it's not fair. It's another thing that you pit people against each other, because I'm pretty sure had he not said that, or had they, whoever it was, Tyler, whatever, Kai, whatever his name is, whoever he was, if he, had a left it alone because he's trying to go on what happened last year, they were already upset with the girl, because she's a winner or whatever. So instead of him saying, well, we're going to get rid of all the black people, and that's what he did. So I'm going to have a white alliance and we're all going to vote for all the black people. He wasn't looking out for let me say, he wasn't looking out for his right or his people, should I say. He was looking out for him and nobody recognized it.
I mean, yeah, I can see that it's definitely a personal move. And it's definitely, like, obviously that would have helped his game because he's moved getting people out. But I also think that, like, and what I've said is it is okay. I don't have a problem with him assuming that a cookout point 2.0, or as they put it, was something that was happening. My issue was through the face of everything that you're seeing, everything that's happening in that house, you still assumed that this was a thing that was happening and you were going to take proactive steps to stop it.
He wasn't trying to stop it. He was trying to play his game. He didn't do anything to stop it. What he did was, I mean, he played his game now. All he did was say, oh, okay, since they had this, we're gonna do it this way, and I'm gonna get everybody on my side. And then as time goes on, then he's gonna strategize on how to get the rest of them out. You know, you've already said that he's good at playing the game. That was his game plan. So it didn't have, but the thing about it is he used race. He used the color of somebody's skin to start this action. And yeah, I would have said something in the beginning, y'all. Yeah, let me tell you what your friend trying to do, just so you know. And then
So
let them
because
decide for
so I think
themselves.
it's what I think is really interesting about that is there are a subset of people that's like, this is a game, and in game you make game moves, and so there's something to be said for holding on to that information in your back pocket until it benefits your game. And then there are some people that said, like, listen, like, you can do the right thing for the wrong reasons.
Well, to me,
Hold
he
on.
was doing the.
They just forming an alliance. I mean, I think people looking too much into it. Just because they was forming an all white alliance, that don't mean they was gonna go out after the show and go join the KKK. They just
I'm
was,
not saying that that's what they were doing, but he picked up on what happened last season. So he was like, okay, since they did that last season to get, somebody to win. First off, to me, the show is unfair anyway. Because I think if they got these many black people on there this season, I think it was a good idea because they normally don't. So if you got all of these, if you got an even number of people, or at least a partial even number of people, then it makes the game fair. But it doesn't make it fair if you got 16 people and two are black and the rest of them are white or non-white or whatever. The rest of them are what? So it's almost like, well, what's the thing? It's not going to be fair because if I applied for it and they told me, yeah, I could be on it, and then normally in the first two or three episodes, the black people gone. So now you're looking at a bunch of white people. And I'm sorry, but they some crazy white people. To me, all of them, kind of ignorant. But I don't think, to me, nobody in there really has any compassion or any knowledge. Their game plan is, oh, let's get rid of them real quick, so I don't have to worry about it. And it's whoever outsmarts the next one. He happens to do it, but to me, he used race to do it.
He
And
tried to use race to do it. It didn't work. He
yeah,
tried to
he
do
tried
it.
to use
It
race
didn't.
to
It
do it,
didn't work.
and
Like,
I don't think that's fair. If you're gonna win a game, win on real things, but not on something that's gonna that's gonna cause that kind of division. We already got enough idiots out here trying to do stuff like that.
Well,
well,
if
and
you
the
want
thing
to
is,
play
the
a
thing
real
was interesting
game,
is
then
before
go
all
on
of this,
Jeopardy.
like
Right.
Kyle had a real shot before this all came out. Kyle had a real shot at winning. He made a couple of blunders, and he turned his back against the alliance that he was in, which caused some people, once they realized what was going on, because it wasn't just that he made this alliance. It was once he turned his back on people, then like once he like broke that alliance off or went against somebody, it then became like he would trash them. And like at one point, Joseph, the Middle Eastern guy that was in there, him and Joseph were like super close. They were really good friends. And then once he turned on Joseph, he was like, Joseph's a scumbag. He's this. He's terrible. He's that. Like, and what I think that they forget when they're in the house is that everything that they do is on 24/7.
Yeah, it's and it's you hear it. So it's like, I just I don't like those type of games. I don't. Like I said, I used to watch the other one because I thought it was good, to see who could pass all these tests and stuff. But then when I started looking at it and say, but dang, black folks, they get voted off within three episodes, and then you ain't got nobody else. And I'm sorry, I'm not gonna look at a whole bunch of people that, I see old people that be like, well, if we try it this way, it's like, no, y'all, come on. And it's a known fact them games are set up. So I don't. I don't look at it. I
Well,
got other
so
things to do with my
the bigger
time.
conversation I wanted to have about this is the performative activism. So right now they are like, there are people who are like, oh, good job, Michael and Brittany, for for exposing this and telling people about it, and painting them as heroes. And I'm looking at it like, I don't really think that that's a hero move, because at the end of the day, if Michael wasn't on in danger of being on the block and getting voted off, he wouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
Like, if it benefited his. Sure, this was probably something that needed to come out, but it didn't come out until it benefited this dude's game. And to me, that is like the reason I say that this show, like, for me, it feels like a microcosm, is you see things like that all the time, where you see someone stand up and do the right thing, but they don't do it for the right reason. They're not doing it because they have they feel convicted in their heart that this is something that what's going on is wrong, and they need to do something
Right, but
about
they're
it.
doing it for strategy to win a game.
They're doing it for either strategy to win a game, or, like, if you take it outside of the game and put it in the real world, it's because they need people to be like, oh, they need that validation that they're doing something good. You know what I mean? Like, and apparently in one of the meetings, like, Terrence called it out and was like, everybody's sitting here talking bad about Kyle, but Michael and Brittany are just as bad as he is, because they sat on this information.
Yeah, well,
That's what you're gonna come up with. Yeah, well,
Michelle, what are your thoughts?
I don't have any.
How the hell she
Not
put
on
herself
that
on mute
stuff.
trying to talk?
No, I didn't.
No, not you, on
I
Deborah.
wanted to. I put myself on mute because I didn't have not one thing to say about the show. Not one. Not
Well,
one
I mean,
thing.
it's less about the show itself and more about this idea of, like, performative activism, or putting like, because right now Kyle is trying to paint himself, not Kyle, Michael and Brittany are painting themselves in this narrative that they're doing this for altruistic reasons, and I, even though it might be bad for my game, this is the right thing to do, when in actuality, this is good for them. This does benefit them because it gets another strong player out of the game. But if we take this same thing to the outside world and put it in a situation where, like this, so say there's a job interview, there's a job on the line, you know what I mean? And you heard months ago that the person that's up for this job said something, racist or sexist or homophobic or blah, blah, blah. And rather than saying something when it happened, you wait until this person is, like, in the running for this job, is the front runner for this job, to be like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and tell somebody about this thing that was said to keep them from getting that job, because I want that job.
That happens all the time.
Right. Is that good?
It's not good. However, if that's what that company wants, then hey, there's nothing you can do about it. You got to bid. It's just how it is sometimes. It is that way. It is not a good thing. It's nothing positive coming out of that, but it does happen sometimes.
Does it? And then the other question I have is, do you guys think? And again, I recognize that none of y'all watch the show. Do you think in this situation, is this something where they should kick Kyle out, or should they let him stay and let him learn from his mistake?
Now that part I don't know. Is he going to learn from his mistake? You know, that remains to be seen.
Okay, who we talking about now?
No, what I said is, so do you think that they should? Because right now the plan is to get him out of here. But do you think they should let him stay and let him learn from his mistake, or do you think they should just kick him out?
Y'all still talking about that too?
But let me tell you, explain to you how this goes. This is
for
a
the
topic that we are talking
storyline.
about. If you don't have a topic, we are going to talk about the topic that we are talking
I
about.
thought y'all was talking about somebody else or something else. I didn't know y'all was still talking about that.
Well, if they want to keep the ratings going, I guess they could keep
They
them
gonna
on.
keep him in there.
Well, no, right now
Yeah,
he's on the
if they
block.
wanna
He's
keep it
gone.
going.
Like they're going to talk. Like
Oh.
right now, everything is pointing towards he is leaving on Thursday.
Wait a
Oh,
But
okay.
minute, he ain't. Who else is on the block?
Taylor's on the block, the black girl.
She gone.
I don't
Right.
know. Listen, Taylor been on the block like 6 times, and Taylor ain't been off yet. They ain't voted her
Taylor
off yet.
is.
Taylor's
Taylor
karma.
is gone.
These people. Every time somebody puts Taylor on the block,
Let me tell
and they
you,
get
she
up going the
gone.
next week.
Well, Taylor
Taylor
is
ain't
this gonna
bringing
be
in
her. This gonna be her teachable moment this Thursday. They finally
right.
gonna let her go.
I don't
Taylor
think so.
ain't
I think
bringing
Kyler's
in.
out of here.
Look, Taylor ain't bringing in no ratings. Tyler is.
No, that's not
Everybody
the truth.
watching.
Taylor is bringing all the ratings in.
Well, I don't know. I think Taylor gonna be gone. She done
Well,
been
it
on the
sounds like
block
you
too
need
many
to
times.
keep us posted on that since I don't
Yeah, 'cause
watch it. But
I don't. Chucky used to watch it. He didn't watch it this season. Normally he watches. I'm not.
Like
You know.
this season has been. This is the first season I've actually watched, and
And I know that Rosetta had been calling Chucky about watching it. So, but he hasn't really seen. You know, it's baseball season.
you probably
It's
should have
sports
got here.
season.
You should have got Rosetta on for a special guest star for today. Y'all could have just chopped it on up about this story because
Yeah,
well,
'cause
I actually
she
have
watched.
a. I actually have
She
a
watched
well-known
all.
me, and later on this week, me and a well-known Big Brother YouTuber are going to do an interview. We're going to talk about it, but
oh, that's gonna be nice.
I wanted to get you guys' take not on the actual events, but just the meaning, like what's behind it. This idea of like that the assumption of that. How's the best way to put this? One,
Straight.
this idea that like this. Do you think it's racist for him to assume that all the black people were going to work together? And do you think that which I don't think it's racist for him to assume. I think taking actions against it in the face of everything that you're seeing being not the case, I think that part is racist.
Yeah, this my opinion. I think it's smart that they did that because we don't do stuff like that. So I think if they thought that's what it was going on, I think it was a smart move on whoever's part it is. But for them to go in, I mean, you got to look at it that it's a game, and everybody trying to get that dollar, and they're gonna do whatever they can to get that dollar.
But I
Lie,
also
cheat,
think that I think that shows
Well,
like
that's the same
this.
way. You ever watch the show The Circle on Netflix?
I love The Circle.
And you see how on The Circle you can go in there as a catfish, you can go in there as a woman or man if you choose, you can go in there as anybody you want, and then people you join alliances the same way to win the money.
Right.
So the last season I guess is what you'll call it. Do backstab a couple of people to get them kicked off to further his gain. Now he ended up getting kicked off, so he ain't win, but that's just something you do. It's for the money. It's for the game. And you gotta remember,
yeah,
it's a show, so it's for the ratings. So
yeah,
good
it's a
drama is
show
always
there
good
with
for the
all.
show.
The crazy part about it is most of that stuff been figured out long before we even see it.
What?
All that stuff has been figured out long before we see it. It's not something that, oh, what we're going to do. Them people knew they was coming on there and getting off.
Well, I think okay. So I think in a lot of those shows, they have their favorites, and they have those people who they want to win. And I think even in Big Brother, it's the same thing. But I think the difference is with Big Brother that makes it so that that is because we see everything.
You acting like the old karate movies. We see your mouth moving, but the
Oh, is y'all not hearing me?
No,
Yeah,
we
it kind of froze for a second. I guess
the
you gotta pay
mouth
your
go,
internet
and
bill.
then the stuff come up later.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. What I was saying is because we see everything, because they have those live feeds, like there is less of a chance of it being like tainted by production. Because you can see everything play out in real time.
I thought they record those before. Like
No,
it's not live.
those are
right?
always live. They
I thought it was
record
pre-recorded.
they record episodes. So they'll take what happens in those feeds and stitch those together and make an episode, but those are live. So when if you go on, if you've got Paramount Plus, you can go into Big Brother and watch what's happening on that show, watch what they're doing right now.
I mean, I got it, but I wouldn't watch that.
You got Paramount Plus, and all this time I've been looking for a Paramount Plus account.
Is that what we're gonna do on here?
Right.
They can ready to share her stuff there, and you block.
Look, let me stop this right now. I don't share my stuff like that.
And that's
Paramount Plus, I ain't sharing no accounts.
okay. Now talk to me after this show.
Jason, text me later on.
I'm just saying, I think that shows like this, especially, ones like The Circle, like Big Brother, that they reveal who people are. And yeah, it's about the money. They want to win that money, but there are certain things that you do that it don't matter how much money you gonna give me. I'm not finna do that.
I'm just curious as to how. I don't think that show is like live like y'all assume it is.
No, it is
I
live.
don't think it's live
Because
either.
people will say live, like the BET Awards. People always think it'd be live. It's actually minutes prior to what we get to see. That way, if they have to edit anything out, they cut it. Like I found that out a long time ago. It's never actually live. Only thing really live, I think, is a Super Bowl. And I still don't even think that's fully way
And
live.
that ain't live either, because when Janet had that little episode,
We're not gonna talk about Janet's titty on this show. We won't do it.
Well, why not? That's a beautiful titty.
Oh my gosh. He said there's no complaints with him at all.
Yeah.
Listen, it was a beautiful titty, but we're not gonna talk about it on this show. We're not gonna blame Janet for nothing.
I ain't blaming Janet.
It's not her fault.
To be honest, I didn't see it until I saw the news. I didn't even know it happened.
It happened so fast, I was mad.
Do you know that the reason that YouTube exists is because of that?
Really?
Yes.
Well, lucky them.
Because
They
people
taped it.
were looking for the video because it was like the most DVR, the most at that point was when DVR, remember TiVo?
I
Yeah.
do. I remember TiVo.
That was the most TiVo'd moment. Like people were going back and watching it over and over again. Is somebody finally took it and put it on the internet, and it spread
And
on
called
the
it
internet,
YouTube.
and so that is why YouTube exists.
But can I just go on record and say I didn't look for that breast at all? If
I didn't either.
it just
said-
was not what I was looking for.
It just came to you, huh?
It just popped up on my TV one special night, I guess.
Now,
But I didn't look
that one special night.
one special football night.
I love it, Michelle. I didn't see it. I
definitely ain't go looking for it at all.
I've heard about it, but I didn't see it. Which is real crazy because her, they didn't have a problem with you know people coming in their head with half their clothes on and splits all the way up to their hoo-has, but it was a breast and it was done by accident. Like, okay, whatever. People have
It's because it was a
strange.
black woman. Let's keep it real. How
Well,
dare
heck,
she
you
put
gotta.
her Negro breasts on my screen?
I digress
At
from what
any
I
rate.
because I can say a whole bunch right there, but I
Well,
shall
go
not.
ahead. Michelle, go ahead and say it.
No, because they canceled culture, so this wouldn't be a good thing to talk about African American breasts right now.
Talk about go ahead and say what you guys. We don't cancel nobody around here.
It's canceled.
We
I
don't
ain't
want to,
messing with it.
look. We like our cousins night, so we don't want them trying to take you off because we talking about boobs and stuff.
Listen, Janet Jackson's breast was a beautiful thing. It was wonderful. You know what I'm saying? She had her Janet Jackson titties. You know what I'm saying? They was mad because they regular titties didn't look the same.
You only saw one, right? Because I think when I was watching it, only one
It
came
was only
out.
one that came out. We saw the one titty.
And,
Okay, I
and,
just heard you say.
and I'm not sure how actually if YouTube started because of that, because YouTube was a whole year later after the Super Bowl.
YouTube started from that. Go ahead
A
and look it
year
up.
later, though.
Go ahead. It is actually a documented fact.
I don't know. I ain't seen that, but the Janet Jackson Super Bowl was 2004. YouTube came out 2005.
The Jacksons are the bomb because
Who you
Michael
got, brother?
Jackson, he made history on MTV, and
That's what
Janet
they
and
talking
her
about
little
tonight.
breasts, I guess, made it to YouTube.
Okay.
They better do it
Yes,
in that
I did.
Jackson,
I'm tired
the
of you telling me
Jackson
you're
family.
tired, you wore out, you working, you wore out. It is
Who
a
is
scrubber.
she talking to?
I'm
You
sorry.
don't
Hold
want
on. Wait a minute.
to-
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Thank you.
Yeah, what the hell?
She done talk. She having a whole full blown loud
Full
conversation.
conversation.
Yeah.
Like, is she talking to us? But yeah, so yeah, they made history, I guess.
Okay, so here we go.
And-
JR, I'm going to give you this as a quote. About a year after the spectacle in Silicon Valley, a trio of tech bros from PayPal were getting some dinner and discussing Janet Jackson's breast. Chad Hurley, Stephen Chen, and Jawad Karim lamented how tough it was to find any footage of the incident online. In February 2004, there was no such thing as a viral video. Even at a moment as iconic as the nipple bounce was still a case of if you missed it, you missed it. Everybody was talking, blogging, aiming about Janet and Justin, but if you skipped the Super Bowl and didn't bother to set your VCR, chances are you missed it. Missed to witness what the fuss was about beyond the edited clips. The guys pondered how cool it would be to have an online site for people to share videos of the Super Bowl snafu or the recent Indian summer ocean tsunami. We thought it would be a really good idea. A year later, they launched YouTube. Janet Jackson's titty is the reason we got YouTube.
Listen, they might have got some small inspiration from a titty. That's like saying, "Oh, that titty made porn." No, I ain't gonna say that neither.
That's what they.
But how come their first video wasn't that then?
Because why would you put your first video as Janet Jackson's titty?
That's what inspired you.
So that you can get sued by Janet Jackson and have the whole thing taken down?
Well, you know, now they paying people to put stuff on YouTube. So now what?
JR, that's from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, okay. Tomato.
You just can't be wrong.
I don't got a problem being wrong.
Excuse you? Excuse you? What you say?
Huh?
What you say?
He talking about some huh. If you say huh, you heard what she said then.
He heard what I said.
Uh-huh. Now what was we saying? What was we talking about before Buddha interrupted? Look at him.
But thank you for that tidbit of information.
That's pulling the Vinny Barbarino.
What? What?
What?
Hey, Daddy, what's the Vinny
Hey,
Barbarino?
what's
You
Vinny
don't remember
Barber?
Benny Barbarino?
No, we ain't that old.
Welcome back, Carter. What?
Oh,
Oh,
Huh? What you mean? Huh?
I ain't that old.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got
but,
that.
but you pull the same tricks.
Welcome back, Carter, before my time.
Not too far before your time, sucker.
What was that? The 70s, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
before my
Now we
time.
gotta Google that, Jason.
Welcome back, Carter. This is JR, the king of Google, over there talking about some. I don't think that's true. No, and daggone well.
So because the Super Bowl was February 2004, they didn't start YouTube till May 2005, and it
because
didn't
they
really...
had to put the infrastructure together. Do you know how you think they just went in there and was like, no, dummy. They got to work things on things.
Well, she
Listen.
need to get paid for that since they did that just because. Who said that? Is that
Well,
simple?
you know,
Slap
when
the
Janet
person
did
who
her, when she did her documentary, she said that Justin wanted to come out with her, and she told him no because she didn't want to ruin his career.
Yep, she put herself under the bus, and I still.
And ain't nobody. It ain't hurt her. She
Not
she
one
it
did all,
did.
she did all her hatting on her own. She decided. Well, it might have. I don't know, but she found a way to lead the country and
I
go
think
and
she more
raise
so
her
beat herself
children
up for
and-
nothing.
I don't think it would have, because I mean she's an icon, really.
I think it definitely hurt her career in the aftermath. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
Because
think
she
it did.
was-
I don't think it
it hurt
did.
her career.
I think more so it was her hurt her own self
right.
behind it.
And then plus she might have been embarrassed. They private and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
She got a whole thing out, just hanging out and stuff. It was only for a second, but it felt like an eternity to her, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, she got blacklisted from a bunch of award shows. She got blacklisted from the Grammys. That that dude
But was
from
she
CBS
was
was
she
like,
really going to those award shows?
say what?
No.
She was going
Was
at
she
that
really-
point.
Was she really?
Yeah, she was going to those shows.
On what?
During the time of the Super Bowl, the 2004?
During that time, during the time, like, she was performing. She was doing all those things.
Oh, okay.
She was still
Well, I
doing
mean,
that stuff. It wasn't until Les Moonves, the president of CBS, was like, she can't be on nothing. And because he owned CBS and he owned Clear Channel. And he blacklisted her and banned her from everything. So, like, she lost spins on radio. Radio wasn't playing her music. MTV wasn't playing her videos. Because at that point, Viacom, they owned Viacom. They weren't playing her videos. They weren't doing anything. So, like, she lost a lot of money and a lot of publicity behind all of that. And
So let me ask you a question. Was that before her and Michael did Scream?
that was before, her and Michael did Scream in like 97.
So
I didn't think that she was doing all of that, but I mean, I don't go see her as far as shows are concerned. I thought she was kind of laying low because a lot of stuff was happening with Michael at the time.
Right.
And
But
I
let
know
me
that
tell you something. One thing I can say is that woman puts on an awesome show.
She was like, because she's done, she has toured behind every album except for one.
I know she kept her. Well, I don't say her competition was.
I'm about to get off. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's why we ain't gonna be on long today anyway. I got a meeting.
We needed to hear. I appreciate it.
Uh-huh.
I can't.
That's your nephew and your brother.
Okay.
We we tried to bring him up right. We tried. He missed some marks.
Not he missed some mark.
Michelle, were you going to the Richmond County Fair?
When is that? How we having a whole conversation about the Richmond County Fair? We live.
I don't know. I just
That's
you
how
know.
we today was a short. It's gonna be a short day anyway. I got a meeting to go to.
All
I
right.
mean,
Well,
you know, can't we live? I can't talk to her about it now.
Well, guys, that
Really?
was, and on that note, that's the cousins for this week. It's a very, very short, low key week. We don't really have much
Where
going
all
on.
the cousins at?
I don't know where the cousins at. We was the cousins with just a couple cousins. That's
yeah.
Well, I know Jackie probably had to work, or she's giving. I think she goes to closing tomorrow.
okay. I don't know that Jerry is out there cussing for Jesus.
I
What
cannot with him with that.
did you say? Cussing? Did you say cussing for Jesus?
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, soon as we complete this live, I'm going to tell you that she's not there, and you keep saying it. I'm gonna tell you where she's at.
All right. Well, guys,
And I
don't
know
forget.
Mona is on her way back
Mona
in
is
the
on her
country.
way
if
to.
she ain't
Mona is
in
on
the
her way back
country.
from living her best life. On that note,
Okay.
we are out of here, guys. Don't forget, check out Black Unicorn Magics for all of your cosplay needs. And if you need some
Yeah.
leather gear or fun things for fun people, check out Leather Masters. We'll have a code for them next week, I think, and have
Okay.
the logo. So we'll got some really good stuff coming on that, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time. Bye
See you
bye.